Hello, Rodan & Fields family. Hope y'all have had an amazing week and looking forward to the weekend. My name is Ellen Waldron, and I'm a Level 5 Circle Achiever Leader out of Dayton, Ohio. So your gorgeous and amazing leader, Christina, whom I met for the first time in Hilton Head last year, and she was also my roommate, my bed roommate, asked me to make a short video for all of you. So here we go. I got my wine in hand. Like I said, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, born and raised. I've been with Rodan & Fields for about 3.5 years, and honestly, I'm loving my journey. I never grew up using skincare. Bar and soap from the drugstore and moisturizer was my jam. I'd first learned about Rodan & Fields through my friend Kelly. See, not only did we work together for her family's restaurants, but we were also best friends. And one day, she sent me a message at like 1 a.m. that said, I just invested $1,000 in a skincare business. Bob, her husband, is gonna kill me. At that moment I thought, girl, don't even think I'm going to invest $1,000 in something I've never used. I'm cool with my cheapy Charlie routine. But fast forward a little bit, and I went on vacation. I came home with not one of those stupid t-shirts, but with a huge sunspot right here on my face. And I had a mini meltdown. Kelly immediately gave me reverse, and I started washing away. You see, what I noticed and what others started noticing, that my skin was glowing and changing, and people started asking me what I was doing different. And so I would give them her card and her information, and I went on my merry way. So Kelly shared with me her first paycheck, $76 to be exact, off of one sale, and I was hooked. I signed up at midnight without telling her, and all she said to me was, I hope that you did express enrollment. Seriously. So since joining, I've built a great foundation for our team with this business. I've also been able to leave the restaurant industry and transition where I did work for 20 years and transition to working full-time in marketing for a large corporation where I have my nights and weekends free. It's given me financial peace with myself and also time freedom to focus on things that I want out of my own life, such as my own family. So Christina asked me to do a challenge for all of you. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about a scary word, events. So we talk about our building business activities. We talk about posting. We talk about sharing, messaging. We also focus on events. For me, in the beginning, the thought of getting up in front of a huge crowd scared the living shit out of me. In fact, my first BBL was a complete disaster. I lost track of my words. I was sweating. I said probably about 10 million times. And people started asking me questions there, and I had no idea the answers. But what I found was that it was okay to be open and honest and say that I might not have all the answers, but I'll find out and I'll get back with you. After that, I wanted to practice and go to as many possible events to make sure that that never happened again. So for me, I made it a point to still, go and do as many corporate events, fellow consultant events, group events, as possible, even if I didn't have a guest. It would really help me so much learn more about how to present, what works, what doesn't work, what kind of venues are good for the best turnout. Whoa, sorry, there goes my thing. So, it doesn't always have to be huge. An event could be over coffee, it could be over a glass of wine, an evening run. It could also be in your favorite low-key, that's mine, is an intimate setting in my own house, or over margaritas. Or it can be a virtual event. Utilize them. They're there. What I found, most of my customers are looking for a night out to meet up with friends, and it's a perfect reason. To be honest, I found that less is more with our events. It doesn't have to be a huge buffet and an open bar. I personally have a few appetizers, maybe some drinks or a bottle of wine, and have the products off to the side if I'm at my house, or have it on the middle of the table with a few of my favorites. That's all. Super simple. But it's honestly also to stay consistent. Hosting a monthly event to keep people curious as to what you're doing. Last year, my team and I incorporated into our monthly events a charity. And honestly, it brought a new dynamic to them. People were curious about the charity, and they came to support that, but there were also people who came who were curious about our products and to learn more, and they got to learn about both. So be creative and consistent as to what is keeping people interested. So I'm curious, this is just for yourself. How many events have you been to this month? How many of you hosted? I've been to 5 this month, 3 of which I hosted or co-hosted. Did I have a guest at the ones I was attending? Not always. But this is what I did for a few. And when I didn't have a guest, I would text one of my girlfriends and say, hey, will you come be my wingman? I just want to support this fellow business partner, and I'll buy you a glass of wine or some vodka. And that changed the dynamic of my invite. And the next thing you know, she is buying lashes, which she's never bought before, but now she's bought 3 times now. So if you start hosting monthly or bi-monthly events, if someone declines, then you always have a backup to invite them to. Never let an opportunity pass to re-invite. So if you have people whom you've invited to the event and they can't make it that day after the event, send them a quick message saying how much you miss seeing their face, and that you can't wait to catch up with them again. Be you, be consistent, and always, always, always follow up. No one ever said it was easy being an entrepreneur. You know, whether you're in the early stages of your business, just got your first promotion, or Lexus, Christina, there will always be components to keep your business growing. And when you ask yourself if this whole entrepreneurship is really worth it, just remember, the critical ingredient is getting off of your butt and doing something. It's as simple as that. A lot of people have ideas, but there are a few who decide to do something about it. So, not today, not tomorrow, every day. A true entrepreneur is a doer, not a dreamer. So here's my challenge. I know I've said a lot. It's actually a 3-part. I'll send the logistics to Christina so she can post in the comments. So 1, schedule 2 events in the month of February and 1 by the beginning of March in permanent marker, and get those graphics created. 2, have someone at your event record you speaking. Record your presentation. This will help you on your next presentation and critiquing your own delivery of the business and the products. Number 3, share your invites on this thread of this video. Let your team hold you accountable.